Well, for years, the Florida Highway Patrol has been warning drivers not to use their hazard lights while driving in the rain. You've probably seen the reminder in those large message boards on the highway.
Yeah, well, guess what? You won't be seeing them anymore starting today, and it's all because a Florida law now allows drivers to use those hazard lights, but only in certain situations. So, ClickOrlando.com's Brianna Bowles is here now to get some insight from someone who has talked a whole lot about it, Trooper Steve. And this is something that really grinds his gears.
Oh, it does. Yeah. Steve, up until now, hazard lights were only supposed to be used when you were stopped on the side of the road or during a funeral procession. Right. So tell us, what is allowed now and how does the Florida Highway Patrol feel about this?
Okay, so a few things before I start talking. One, I'm no longer a spokesperson for the Highway Patrol, so I'm not representing them 100% here. Okay. But I can tell you, law enforcement in general, not too happy about this. So listen, for years, you're right, I've been warning, don't turn this stuff on because hazard lights are an indicator that something is wrong with your car. But a new law was signed into place and law enforcement had really no say in this. It just happens. You know, we don't create the laws, we just enforce them. So effective today, there are some new rules, and this is when you are allowed to now turn on your hazard lights on. So the rules, only on the highway, and the speed limit's at or above 55 miles per hour. And that means posted, not if you're doing 60 on a 45, posted 55, and only in heavy rain or heavy fog. Now, this, you're right, it grinds my gears. This drives me insane.
Why don't you like it? What's wrong with it?
Well, because hazard lights in general indicate something is wrong with your car.
Okay.
That is the obvious thing of something like that. And that's why we've always said, don't turn them on because you could be distracting to other vehicles out on the roadway. And at the end of the day, if you're this uncomfortable to drive in something like this, I'm not saying that's wrong of you. I'm saying if you feel obligated to hit that hazard light off, why not take a break? Leave that highway, exit the highway there, take a break in a parking lot. Good excuse to go visit a local fast food joint or something like that. Support local business and not be out on the roadway. But at the end of the day, you're allowed to do this, but a lot of laws out there say that you can do something. That does not mean that you should be doing it.
So I actually didn't even know this was illegal until you started working here, and you've ranted about it since, because everyone does it.
Right.
So do you really think having this law is going to make that big of a difference? I mean, people were doing it anyway. Now we're just going to see it more because
I do think we're going to see Christmas really early this year out on the highway, just because I think a lot of people are going to see this and go, well, I can do this now. It's a mess of a law, my personal Stephen Montiero opinion that represents myself. I don't think that this is probably the best idea, but at the end of the day, hey, it's the law now.
Alrighty, well thank you, Steve. For more information on this new law and what exactly it entails, just head on over to clickorlando.com or keep watching News 6. I'm sure we haven't heard the last from you.
No, I'll keep telling you not to put them on. So.
Thank you, Steve.